Hello and welcome to the Evicted podcast, soon to be the number 5 podcast in the world.
AKA Screaming into the Void.
Yes, also the pseudonym for it.
Yeah.
How has your week been, guys? It is the last day of February, the 28th of February, for people living in cold areas of the world. I think that's a little bit of a sigh of relief. In Canada, I always get really excited for February to be over, and then March comes and it's still winter for an entire, at least another month.
At least.
Yeah, so...
Sometimes even up to like mid-April.
Yeah. And then even, I remember the end of April last year, it was cold at the nighttime. Like, you had to, be in a sweater, or you'd be freezing cold. But, hey, the winter months, quote-unquote winter months are over, so we're getting towards the fucking end of winter, and thank God. I don't think anyone likes winter.
The winter is pretty bad in this part of Canada.
Yeah.
Pretty gross sometimes.
It's
not terrible, but it's just like gross weather. Like
the
rain, slush, cold, snow.
Yeah, the fucking precipitation, aka snow and freezing rain and shit, hasn't been bad the past 2 years. Like last year and this year have actually been pretty good and pretty manageable. But it's also just fucking shitty waking up and it's -10 with a fucking -20 degree wind chill. And shit.
And then there's just a layer of ice over your car window and you think it's your window.
Yeah, and you just fucking freeze driving into work or wherever you go.
It's cold where you touch the steering wheel and it's literally fucking painful to keep your hands on the steering wheel.
It's kind of like when you have a cold and you can't breathe out of your nose and you're like, fuck, I really took for granted what it was like to be able to blow to my nose. That's what the winter is like here. The summertime, everything's so happy. You wake up and it's nice, and you go to bed and it's nice. It's a nice warm temperature and you're comfortable. And then winter comes and you're like, oh, and I forgot that this is what fucking.
It's easier to be happier in the summertime over here, I think.
Yeah. You can't. Yeah, it's harder to do things too, because especially in the real winter months, December and January, it gets dark at 5 p.m.
You can go sledding or snowboarding or skiing, but
some people find joy.
Actually, I wouldn't want to sled anymore, man. I'm 22, but I'd be open to snowboarding.
It depends on how fucking intense the hill is, I guess, if you wanted to go sledding.
True,
but it's just shit. It's shit. It's depressing when you get off work and the sun's down and you're just like, okay, cool. I didn't get to enjoy any of my day. I didn't get to do anything today.
Yeah, if you're going to a 9 to 5 and then you get home and it's dark again, so you get up, it's dark, and then you get home, it's dark. That's depressing. That makes it easier to be depressed a little bit, but that's just the brief. That's probably 2 months that it's like that, I guess, or a month.
Yeah, it's a little better now. I think it gets dark around 6 or something, but still
6:30.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah.
To be fair, where we live on the east coast of Canada, it's the summertime's fucking beautiful here.
Yeah, it's super nice.
I think anyone would be happy with the summertime here. To me, it's even a little hot, but it's because I'm super fucking Canadian and white and shit. But just I don't know. Yeah. I like it here. I've been to Florida too in the summertime. I went to Florida. We drove down to Florida. Not me and Liam, but one of me other friends. One of me other friends went down to Florida.
Yeah.
And it was fucking gross. There, we didn't have air conditioning.
Hot?
Yeah, it was real hot. It was probably 30 degrees Celsius every day. By the way, what the fuck, Americans? Why do you go by Fahrenheit and
you losers?
Yeah, who fucking uses Fahrenheit? No one. Literally fucking no one.
Only virgins and losers use Fahrenheit.
Yeah, you hear that, U.S. Americans? You're virgins, and you don't even know how to tell the temperature properly. Anyway.
All right.
What did you guys do this week?
I think you already asked that a little bit ago. You asked that right at the start of the podcast. So
I'm waiting for their answer.
So you guys didn't hear that before. What did you guys do this week, or how was your week?
Yeah. What's that? It was good.
So now that we've repeated it 3 times, we'll move on to the next segment of the podcast, but not really the next segment. I just wanted
Next topic?
next topic. I wanted to touch on this a little bit.
Okay.
The instrument topic.
Yes, we were literally talking about this right before we turned on the mic, and we were like, "Why aren't we talking about this on the podcast?" I think we've talked about this on the podcast before too, but we do this sometimes where we fucking have like a really intricate, in-depth conversation for just like over an hour. Like that's where the whole idea from the podcast came from, and we were just like, "Well, fuck." It's pretty natural for us to just talk about something for a long time. And then we're like, that's where the whole idea came from. And then sometimes we'll talk about something, like in this instance, fucking instruments and all these things. And then we're like, fuck,
learning a language too.
We've been talking about this for 25 minutes. Why didn't we just turn on the mic and fucking... Anyway, here we are. Instruments. What would you like to start off with about instruments and languages and shit?
Basically just learning new life skills and new hobbies, I guess. But me and Christian are both interested in learning a new language. I personally would like to learn how to play an instrument. I'm not really musically proficient, but I think the instrument that I'd want to learn first would have to be the guitar.
Yeah.
And the language that I'd want to learn would have to be Spanish, probably.
There's a lot of hot Spanish women on this planet Earth.
Yes, absolutely. And I feel like everyone from Canada already knows French as like a second language, like most people from Canada.
Yeah.
So I just kind of want to have that edge and just know Spanish and just be able to like go down to Spain, anywhere like
Mexico. There's a bunch of places in South America too.
Absolutely. Anywhere that's Spanish, then I'll be able to like converse with people. Like it's such a large demographic too, and
You'll be able to understand Despacito.
Finally, yes, I didn't even think about that, but like that's also a key factor.
Yeah, this is why, because I love
the song.
I love Louis Fonsi or whatever his name is.
Justin who?
Yeah, fuck the Spanish Justin Bieber.
Yeah,
or the Mexican. I don't know where the fuck he's from. I think I kind of want to learn French just because of the applicability up here in Canada.
Yeah.
Like we are a bilingual country and. French obviously being the other predominant language. That being said, I don't think I need to learn it. Like I don't think it's going to open up like the way I'm going. Like I have a career. I don't really need to learn French.
It opens up a lot more job opportunities and career opportunities around
here.
When
you're looking.
Bilingual.
When you're looking, yeah, for sure. On the other hand, I want to learn German because I think that I am part German. I've always been interested in the German, like German history and stuff. Kind of, in a sense, like like I think it's. I don't know. This is a whole other topic, so I won't get into it. But like, also Germany, I think is a very good place to live right now. I think they're the world's third biggest economy in terms of GDP, and also if you wanted to go there as an international student, like in Canada, you get free healthcare because you're Canadian. Like they cover other people with free healthcare. I'm pretty sure they have free healthcare as a country, and they also have free education. So if you wanted to go to Germany to go to like the University of Munich, you wouldn't have to worry about healthcare or tuition. You just have to worry about board and like your books and obviously food and shit. So like for me, when I was thinking about going to university, I was like, fuck, maybe I'll just go to Germany. Like I actually thought about going to Germany and studying abroad, but I've since obviously changed my mind. So I actually tried to learn German for a little while with Duolingo. Have you ever had that app on your phone?
No, but that'd be interesting though to just learn a new language and go to a school that like you completely have no idea, like you're not in your comfort zone at all, and just like meet a bunch of new people in a language you kind of know. Yeah, and experience like a different culture. Like that'd be a cool thing to experience, I guess. But
you get pretty shut off when you, like I thought about this the other day. Like we're from, like we said, the eastern coast of Canada. I like it here. It's a nice spot here, and people here are a certain way. But it's very interesting to think that like you flip the world around 180 degrees and fucking everything's different. The language that people speak, like that to me is
culture as well.
That to me is a very interesting concept to think, like the way even that I think, the way that I communicate with people on a daily basis is purely based upon the language that I learned growing up where I did. Like it's weird for me to think that like people think in French even in this country. Like people are like baguette, like in their head, like that's what they're thinking, which is weird, right?
Yeah, it's weird to think that there's different customs as well. Like I'm pretty sure in Japan or somewhere in Japan, the polite thing to do when you say hi to someone is bow to them.
Yeah. I think it's a sign of respect of some sort. I don't know what the connotation of it is, but to some degree, yeah.
Yeah, so that's super interesting to us because like that's so like kind of far fetched almost because like who you don't see anyone do that around here. Like you're not gonna bow to a barista like when you're getting your coffee.
No, and also like I don't know if it's in Japan, but like certain parts of Asia, like a handshake isn't necessarily like a custom. Like I think it is Japan. Maybe I'm wrong. Someone correct me on this. Of all the fucking 0 people,
A guy and girl watching.
Yeah, the one guy and girl. Yeah. But like I'm pretty sure in Japan, like it's not a customary thing to like shake someone's hand, whereas here in Canada or even in the States, like more westernized places, like you meet someone for the first time, you shake their hand, like that's your introduction to them. Yeah. So it's weird to think even something as simple as that is different. Or like even the architecture, like in like Madrid and like
it's completely different than like it's just like you live in such like a small pocket of the world and like if you don't like travel at all, like that's what you've experienced like in your lifetime. And like I feel like that's why I want to travel at least a little bit, like when I'm in my 20s.
Yeah, people always want to travel down south. I've said this many times and I'll say it again. People always want to like when they're like 22 and shit, like they want to go to like Punta Cana or like I don't know, like fucking like places down south, like in like North America, like near the equator, like really nice warm places. But like I want to go see like culture around the world, like you know what I mean. Like I don't want to go sit on a beach and be warm and fucking like I can do that here in the summer. Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah, for example, like I think this is like I know what you mean, like at like 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock when everyone's like done work in the UK, it's almost like tradition to go to the bar and like have a drink, like a beer, like in a lot of parts of the UK. Like it's just like such a regular thing to do. Like you get off work or you go out for lunch and you get a beer at the pub or something. And this is just from people like hearing like things like from people that I've worked with in the UK, but that's just a weird tradition. Like, you know, if you want to go over and experience something like that, like in the UK, like, and just drink with a bunch of random British people, I guess.
Yeah, it's one cool thing about Europe too is like you can hop on like a fucking train or like a plane rides are really cheap over there because like they're domestic flights, super cheap because there's so much competition. So like you could I knew I had a coworker that lived in Ireland, and she grabbed like a €20 flight over to like the Netherlands or something. Like just boom, here's like 30. I'm not very good at my conversions, so let's just say like $30 American or something. Like boom, here it is. Fly me to fucking the Netherlands, and then boom, you take a train. Like you can take a train from Amsterdam to fucking Paris overnight. Like you get there that quick.
That'd be cool. I think it'd be cool to take a train somewhere.
Just in general? You never been on a train?
No, I've never been on a train. No.
Oh. See, I went on a train when I was young just for the sole point. My family put me on the train for the sole point of being on a train. It's not very exciting, but enough. I think it would be cool if you were going on a train like through Europe. Yeah. Be like, okay, I'm in Germany and now I am in France. That's crazy.
Yeah, to be fair, it wouldn't be that exciting. Actually, you know what? No, I mean, I didn't really get to be in a train, I guess, but I feel like it wouldn't be that exciting compared to like actually flying.
Have you ever been in a plane? Yeah, you've been in a plane.
Yeah, I've been down south when I was a little bit younger.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. The world is a big place.
Yeah, and you just live in such a small little pocket. Yeah, back to the original point. Like if you don't travel, like you don't really experience anything else besides what you know and what you've come to know in your short time being here.
And I mean, to some people that's okay. Like I'm okay. I'm okay with it here. I like it here. This will always be like my home, like the place where I was born and raised. But like, I also, if the opportunity was there, like if like let's say there was a good opportunity for me to like go live like in Europe, like I wouldn't shoot that down because it's a very, I wouldn't immediately shoot that down because like it's like it's a whole new life. Like it's interesting to think like you can snap your fingers and like your whole circumstances change. Like
totally.
Like you could go fly to fucking South Africa, which maybe is not the best idea, considering the problems going on in South Africa. But like you could snap your finger and boom, you're in fucking Australia with just
with a
like
completely different life, different problems.
Yeah, like just a couple like $100 or like, you know what I mean?
Like from here it would be like 1,000.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like a couple hundred, but you know what I mean? Like at the cost of like saving up a little bit of money.
And then to just live somewhere else, like have your visa and then apply for citizenship. Like once you have a career there.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird to think about because especially a lot of people I know stick around like the place where they grew up, and like you're kind of. You don't think about it that way. You know what I mean? Like you kind of like, I see my life here, but like that doesn't mean that my life always will be here. Who knows? Maybe I'll move to somewhere in Canada or America. I don't know. Me and Liam have talked about if we ever were able to make videos and shit for money, like probably would move to LA just for the scene of it. You know what I mean? Like, but that was even like a whoa, that's a weird thing to think about. Like moving into LA, like. I think it'd be too hot for me personally. Like I'd be like, I would like it, but I'd be like, man, it's so fucking hot here all the time. Like,
it would probably be more just for like what we're trying to do and like collaboration purposes, like rather than just like living there and just like staying on the beach all day. But
yeah, one day we'd like to do it.
Totally.
One day, like we said last week, we will be making videos again. It's just when we do it, we'll be hitting the ground full force.
And we want to, like we said earlier, we do want to make it quality. So if we make a video and then we watch it, like when we're editing it, like we're not going to upload it in the future, like no matter what, like because like this has to be something that we watch like when we're editing and we're like, this is absolutely fucking hilarious. Yeah, and I know for a fucking fact that there's going to be people laughing at this.
Yeah, because I feel like people flock to that more than just
quantity.
Yeah. Some people like quantity, like some people like...
Totally.
And even me, like sometimes I mindlessly binge videos, but like...
Yeah, I'm guilty of that as well.
But I mean, we talked about this last week, we don't have to indulge on it too much, but I guess what we're really getting at is the world's a big place, and...
get out there, travel.
Yeah. Although life, I wouldn't necessarily say life is short, because, it's the longest thing you do. But I think what people mean when they say life is short, like, you blink and your 20s are gone. You blink and your 30s are gone. Like you.
And then where did your life go?
Yeah, and like, did you go and see anything? Because like those are the good times to do it. Well, those are two good times to do it.
Those are the most opportune times to do it.
Yeah, you're most able-bodied and like
able to like
exuberant.
Exactly. It's not like you can fly across the world when you're 8, but point being, like, go out. Like if you want to do things and if you're like not happy, like.
Make it happen.
Yeah, like make it happen. If you're not happy where you are, what you're doing, then make a change for the better, even if like you're not comfortable with it.
Yeah, if you really want to go to Paris, if that's your lifelong dream is to go to Paris, then what are you waiting for? Even if you're going to school, fucking get a side job if you can do it. Work nights, and then in the summer fucking go to Paris, man. Because I don't know, life also comes at you quick sometimes. Like, what if you got in a car accident and now you can't walk anymore?
Yeah, you never know, really.
Like I don't wish that on anyone. Like I don't hope that happens to you, but like you don't know, right? You don't know what's around the corner. So like maybe if you wait that one extra summer, like, maybe you have a kid or something and then you can't go to Paris for a long time, right? Like, again, maybe these are bad examples because like it's kids can bring joy to people too. It's just like, if you want to do that, if you have something set in your head, like that you're like, this will be good for me, then do it. Make it happen. That's my advice to you. That's the advice I'm trying to teach myself right now. So I think it's good advice.
Totally. Yeah, I mean, if you want to travel. Like, we have a few friends that have traveled quite a bit and they're still traveling. But yeah, I think it's a good idea. It's a good concept anyway. Get out there, experience new things. Like I'm looking to do a little bit of traveling, like I said earlier, in my 20s. Hopefully, like a place I'd love to go to personally is Australia. Like Where did I want to go? Melbourne. I feel like that would be a cool city to stay at. Like, it'd be way bigger than where we're at now, and like there's just more going on there, and the weather's nicer down there. It's always warm. Unless, like, I wouldn't be going in the outback either, because I know that's where all the fucking poisonous shit is.
Yeah,
and, like,
right.
the deadly, lethal shit that can kill you. Like, anything. Like, snakes, like, bugs, like,
The fucking
it's fucked.
the clouds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, me and Liam were going to live in Australia at one point.
We wanted to get a visa and, like, just find any job at all and just live down there just for the life experience. But, like, personally, like, I may not end up living there, like, in my life, but I'd love to just stay there for like 2-3 weeks if possible.
Yeah, it fell through. Like
It did, but
like, I don't regret it, but like I know what you mean. Like,
I'm hoping to like still make it happen in my 20s. Like, that's a thing on my bucket list now. Like, before I go,
yeah.
I need to like spend that much time in Australia. Just doing whatever. I'd probably going to beaches and shit. And, like, I don't know, bars. Like, probably a lot of fun stuff to do around there.
Yeah, and that's why doing YouTube and shit, not even YouTube, but just like being like a social media person would be a dream job, because then you could go like to places like that and just
That's
collab
part of
with
your
people.
job too.
That would be so cool. But I mean, hey, that's a long-term goal. Maybe we'll get there one day.
If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, we tried.
Yes.
And also, then we have funny videos to look back at too occasionally, like when we're older.
Yeah. But again, I know we've talked about this a lot, but you know, again, as always, we can't express enough that if you are one of the people in the fucking void listening to us, then
We definitely appreciate it.
you are the man/woman. Either way, whatever the fuck you are.
Or if you're like whatever you want to identify as.
If you're a fucking attack helicopter, I don't give a shit.
or a hamster.
Yeah, that fucking hamster on the face cam. That's gonna be an outdated reference if anyone listens to
I know what
this.
you're talking about.
If anyone listens to this in the future, but yeah, chase your dreams, motherfuckers, and videos soon, I guess. And also, isn't it weird how people think in Chinese?
Yes, and another weird concept. Oh, you already played it?
It's fine. We'll just cut this out.
Alright, so I was going to say another weird concept is that, like, memes are going to be, like, hieroglyphs in the future. And, like, a buddy said that to me at one point, and I was like, that's so true, because, like, we look back at fuck. Damn it. Hieroglyphs. I pulled the Christian. Damn it. Anyway, so we look back at those and we're just like having a super hard time deciphering that or understanding them. That's going to be memes in 1,000 years probably.
Yeah, well, memes are going to be even worse.
Well, they're so obscure now, and like they're not even pictures necessarily anymore. Like they're thoughts.
Like the Lost one is a perfect example. Do you know what I mean? Like where it's like the certain, like, there's 4 panels and there's people in each panel, and then the meme, you know what? I can't even explain it to someone who already understands the meme. But then you see certain things and you're like, that's a Lost meme, but like it makes no fuck, like that's it. There's no other context. Like if you didn't already have a solid foundational understanding of what the Lost meme was, there's no way you'd understand what the fuck was going on with the meme, because there's no other joke. It's just that. So, I mean, that's just one example, but like, yeah, man, memes are, it's going to be weird to think like what the internet will look like even in 100 years. Totally. Like, will people be able to access the internet from 2008 or some shit, like 2019, and be like, Probably yes, but like how, you know what I mean? Like, are they just going to be able to be like 2019 archive memes or something? Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
like people don't Google right now. Like, have you ever Googled like 2008 memes?
Oh, no.
Do you know what I mean?
It's not even something that like I think about. It's just what I've thought about recently, because I've seen like weird deep fried memes where it's like emojis and like they're fucking crying laughing with the okay symbol.
Yeah, I just mean like imagine people in 2119 what if they're like Googling 2019 memes, like memes of 2019, like circa 2019? Do you know what I mean? Like,
some people might.
I think they will. I think
Historians.
I think that's a really weird concept because people don't look back into like that now. Do you know what I mean? Like you've never Googled like, for curiosity's sake, 1998 memes, right? Because they weren't really a thing back then, or the internet wasn't even very prominent back then.
Yeah. So imagine like people in like 200 years going back and seeing some of the memes today and
that's
being like,
what I
what
mean.
the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, what does this mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, there's going to be like a fucking... I think like, you know how people have family portraits and shit, and they hang family portraits? I'm gonna make my family portrait like a meme, like like one of my favorite memes, and like it's just gonna be passed down through my family, and eventually it's just gonna get to a point where like someone doesn't pass along the story of what it means, and they're gonna be like, what the fuck? Like not lost, because that's not a favorite meme of mine, but like, I don't know, like I don't know, like the Doge memes, like, wow, such portrait.
I like what has happened to those memes, like how they're just absolutely fucking weird now, and like,
yeah, that is the, I think we have talked about this before, so forgive us if we're repeating ourselves, but I still am baffled to the circle that meme has gone through. It's gone from like, wow, much Doge, like very excite, dies for like 4 or 5 years, like goes out of existence, and then spikes up again, but in just so many weird and unexplainable ways that like, it's just like, how do you even explain it anymore? Like the Doge memes, like they're so versatile. It's anything you could, it's anything you could possibly come up with is the meme.
It's like a funny joke you think, and then you can it's an easy template for like jokes, I guess now. Anyway, I don't know how it became that. But yeah, I don't know. It's a funny picture nonetheless. Like, it's a funny picture of the dog. I always fucking love it. Like, maybe if like you're not a dog person, it doesn't mean as much to you. But like being a dog person, like I think it's a funny meme regardless. Every time I see it,
even still, it just has so much impact. Like if you've been tuned into like memes, like undeniably you've seen that dog.
Yeah.
You've seen that picture of the Shiba Inu where he's like surprised. Well, I think it's a she, but like she's like surprised, like, what? Given that look, like I think like I'd want to know like of the people who are alive today above the age of like 12 or something, like what percentage of people on this fucking planet have seen that goddamn picture of the dog? Like it's that prominent. Weird to think about, and weird to think about when people look back and they like the year is 2500, and they look back and they find the origin of the Doge meme, and it's like, wow, such meme, very Doge, much excite, wow, and they're like, aha, this is it, and then they go like a few years in the future, like 5 years in the future, and they're like, and now it's stories about how Bethany stole the kids.
Yeah, and Karen stealing the kids, and like, let me play on your phone because you have Candy Crush, and then he's holding a gun at the screen.
Yeah, just
weird
anything
shit like that.
Anything you could possibly fucking imagine, and they're like, okay, well, you know what? I no longer understand the context here. And then people in 2500 are baffled. I also wonder how memes will be documented. Like, you know, like Know Your Meme.
Yeah.
Like, will Know Your Meme become an archive of jokes?
Probably.
It almost stands to reason that it will be, which is actually kind of weird because, like, when I look at Know Your Meme, it's like because I don't understand something.
Yeah, me too.
So I'll be like,
it's like a meme dictionary.
Yeah, and it's like, boom, there it is. But like, will it eventually become like Wikipedia because memes are so prominent? Weird. What a weird thought. So, what do you guys think about memes? Are you guys fucking meme machines?
I don't know why, like, I can just spend like an hour just sitting down and like looking at memes sometimes, and like they're not even that great. Like,
yeah, that's the problem with
they're just such a time waster.
Yeah, I've recently gotten into Reddit for looking at memes. I'm trying to get into Reddit, and Reddit's actually pretty dope. I slept on Reddit for a long time.
Oh, also, before you continue with this, I have a good would you rather for you.
Shit, well, what? No, hold the thought. That's the next segment of the fucking
Shit.
All right, well, I'm pretty well done with this anyway. I don't have much more to add. I think we're kind of going in circles anyway, so why don't we just go on to the Would You Rathers?
Okay, fuck it. All right. Okay, here it is. Would you rather always feel like you had to shit for the rest of your life or never be able to come again?
Can I, like, get a boner?
No.
Oh, so I can't, like, fuck then. Probably always feel like I have to shit. Yeah. Because, like, if I could get, like, a boner and still, like, have that, like, pleasure.
But, like, yeah, but, like, you're never going to be able to, like, finish. So, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. That would suck in itself.
It would, but, like, also at the same time, like, oh, man. This is going to sound weird. Like, this, I don't know why I feel like this is going to sound weird, but, like, even just, like, the feeling of, like, getting your dick sucked, like, is a good feeling. Do you see what I mean? It sounds weird when you say it out loud. You know what I mean? Like, that's an enjoyable feeling, but, like, if you're just a fucking soft fucking sausage, like, you just got, like, a fucking softie and she goes, like, suck your cock, like, she's just gonna be like, this is just pathetic, like. So, like, if I can't get hard or come, then, you know, probably that, but, like, at the same time, not like, always feeling like you have to shit it's gonna suck. But, like, also I think you'll get adapted to it. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, it sucks so fucking bad. They're like, imagine, like, the time you've had to, like, shit the most in your life. You just held it into the maximum, and that's what you feel like. So you're, like, in pain too. So, like, you have stomach pains and shit.
You could probably get it diagnosed though. Like, you could probably, like, take some medication or something.
Who knows? You'd be the first case probably.
Yeah, but, like, for pain or you know what? I don't know. But I also think that, like, here's an added benefit to it. Sorry, not an added benefit. Here's an added dynamic to this question. What happens when you do need to shit? Do you know that you need to shit, or do you just, like, have to guess? Like, you have to go sit down on the toilet and let yourself shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, so are you?
No, you have, like.
So
honestly,
you're just in constant tension.
I'll just change the question. So, like, you never shit either.
Oh. Well, then
you always feel like you have to shit and, like.
Okay,
yeah.
well then yeah, definitely I'm going with always feeling like I have to shit. Yeah. But if I didn't know when I had to shit, that would be a whole nother problem in itself. Like,
yeah.
Like, I'd be like,
I made it easy on you.
Yeah. What do you think? What would you do?
Damn. That's a tough question. And
maybe I'm jumping into a little bit because, like, maybe it's going to be just a lot harder than I think to
just bear with that, to live with that fucking weight on your shoulders.
Yeah, all the
shit in your
time.
pants.
For what? Being able to come? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'd have to reconsider, but I'm already locked in.
But I guess, like, to be fair, okay, you know, I'm gonna pick the not nutting one because, to be fair, if you've never nutted in your life, then you won't know the feeling of orgasming. So you really don't know what you're missing out on.
Yeah, fair point.
If you've never cummed before, if you've never came, if you've never cummed your pants.
Yeah, that's a fair point too.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to pick that one, and just live my life normally, like, pain free,
As always,
like, also nut free.
As always, let us know your fucking answers in the comment section. I'm going to pause while I figure out what my would you rather would
Loser, coward, loser.
Would you rather have sex with the hottest girl you have ever seen? The most
Hottest.
the best looking girl you've ever seen. Or and there's a but to this, but I'll get to it. Or get fucking railed in the ass by the biggest cock on the planet, and he just goes to town on you for like 30 minutes. But the hottest girl on the planet, has HIV, and you get HIV.
Wait, so sorry, repeat that? Like, this sounds like a lose-lose. Repeat this question.
So you either sleep with the hottest girl on the planet, but she has HIV.
Yeah, but she has HIV.
And you can't wear a condom, so, like,
you're most likely going to get it.
Very, very good chance you're going to get HIV.
Yeah.
Or just get railed in the fucking ass for like a good half hour to an hour by the biggest cock on the planet.
Oh my god.
Like the biggest fucking buffest dude.
Why does he have to be buff?
Because that's why you're the bottom. That's why you're taking the cock. Like he's just like, yeah, get under my fucking ass, bro. And he just grips your fucking ass cheeks and spreads them apart and fucks you.
That was the gayest thing I've heard all week.
It is the gayest thing, but on the other hand, you get fucking AIDS.
Yes. You'd never be the same after the. I'm gonna have to go with the AIDS one.
Really? Yeah.
Shit. Well, you can stop it from turning into AIDS, and you can treat it. So
No.
I'm gonna treat my HIV, and
But then, like, you can't ever have sex with like anyone random again.
well,
like,
you can tell them ahead of time, and like that's all you can do. And if they say no at that point, like that you've tried, you've said, hey, I have HIV.
I think but herpes is one thing, like where it's like, it's not like harmful, like, but like HIV, no one wants HIV. No
Absolutely
one.
not.
I don't think anyone is ever going to compromise with you on that. They're never going to be like, oh, that's fine. You have HIV.
But
I'll have sex with you.
There always could be that person out there that's like, you know what? I don't give a flaming fuck about like if I have that or not. And like, there's always going to be the people with the screw loose out there that are just like.
But do you really want to be with someone like that?
Well, you might not want to be with them, but like you can.
But like, how many times are you gonna have to try? Like, how many one night stands are you going to almost be about to have? Like, I think it's like
I'm okay with that.
One in 100 million.
I'm okay with that rather than like
Getting
fucked by the biggest dick in the world. You said,
yeah,
because that would fucking suck, and like that's also like. I don't know.
At least it's just like it's one and done. It's over.
It's one and done, but like your ass is never going to be the same ever again.
But your ass recovers.
It recovers, so you've just
you're
added
fine.
this. You've added
you
it.
just yeah.
It goes back to normal too.
Yeah, no, you're fine after it. It's just that you had to get fucked in the ass, and this only applies to straight dudes, by the way. Because if you're bisexual, then or gay, then I obviously know your answer.
But like I just don't want the experience of like that happening to me.
I totally also don't want that experience, but like I definitely don't want the experience of having HIV.
It's something that like you're gonna be so uncomfortable with, and like you're always like flashing back to like if you're a straight man.
But like people get past trauma. No one gets past HIV.
It's true, but like every time you close your eyes and go to sleep at night, you'll always remember getting fucked in the ass
you can go
by fucking Mandingo or whatever his name is.
Again, I think that a lot of therapy can get you through that, but therapy like you tell your therapist I have HIV and they're like, oh well that sucks. Like fuck, I guess you lose in this scenario, buddy.
Wait, what? Your therapist would say that to you?
Yeah, hey,
what a shit therapist.
Yeah, you lost, bud. You got HIV, you fucking idiot.
What a terrible, terrible therapist.
Sorry to any HIV positive people out there.
Yes.
We're not. I sympathize with it because like I can't.
It is I imagine it's one of the worst things.
I can't imagine being told that you have HIV because it's a death sentence and also like
potentially you can treat it.
But can you though? Like I think eventually HIV gets the best of you. Like I think like eventually you're gonna get like you're gonna get in your 60s and your immune system's gonna get even worse than it already is, and you're gonna develop AIDS and die.
Isn't there? There's medicine though that you can take that stabilizes your immune system when you have HIV.
Yeah, well, HIV becomes AIDS from what I understand.
It becomes AIDS, but like your question was just HIV, and like AIDS wasn't. I didn't think it was in the equation.
I'm not saying that, but like also like I'm pretty sure HIV medication is like super expensive.
Yes,
like even in Canada, like it's pharmaceuticals, like it's not covered by healthcare. Like you're paying a lot of money to not get AIDS.
Oh yeah,
like a lot of money that I think a lot of people probably don't
have to be a bank robber with AIDS and like fucking like do that to get money to pay for the treatment or for HIV, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like HIV's it's a death sentence pretty well. Like I think eventually, like I'm not a medical expert, so but that's my take on HIV from what I understand of it, is that eventually like it's just gonna kill you. You lose. Like you don't win from HIV. You don't get rid of it. You don't cure it. Obviously you don't cure it, but like you don't prevent it from ever becoming AIDS. You just delay it, and you like live with the knowledge that you have HIV.
Yeah, so like again, I can't even imagine like people that actually have that and like have to live with that. Like what Christian said, we do sympathize with you.
Yeah,
That would be rough to just hear that you have that and to like know that you're on a clock, you're on more of a clock than a lot of people are at that point, or the average person. But
that's one of those things, people, that like, I get it, if you have HIV, like you might want to keep that, but you can't keep the fact that you have HIV from people.
totally not. But I'm saying like in my would you rather, I'm saying if you did have it, like all you can do is like you can just tell people that you have it, and then you've done your part at least.
Oh yeah, you've done your part.
Yeah,
I just feel like no one, like there's like,
not going to be
1 in 100 million people are going to be like, okay.
Or like the people that already have it, the girls that already have it will totally be down.
Yeah, but like, how are you going to find?
There's probably dating sites for it.
There probably is, actually. Now that I think about it, I thought, as soon as I said that, I was like, there's probably Facebook groups or something.
Yeah, there
for
must
like
be, man.
People trying to get their nut
totally
with HIV.
Yeah. So I might have to. Man, I don't even know like all like what it does it give you, like what does it give you, like sores, or what is it?
When it becomes AIDS, it's just like your immune system is, from what I understand, like it's shot. Like you get like a common cold and you can die.
Oh yeah.
But that's probably hyperbole, like that's probably an exaggeration, but like if you get the flu, like you're at serious risk of dying. Like you're probably going to die if you get like pneumonia or something.
Yeah.
Whereas like a normal like 30-year-old person, like you go into you can die from pneumonia still if you don't treat it, but like you go into the doctor and they're like, oh, you have pneumonia, it's okay, just take this, and you take like some antibiotics or some shit or whatever it is, and like you're fine. Whereas like a person with AIDS is like, they're done, like that's a death sentence.
Yeah.
You don't get like sores or anything. From what I understand, it's just like it breaks down your immune system. Like you just become a pathetic, worthless sack of shit when it comes to defending yourself from diseases and
your immune system.
Yeah.
But yes, I think anyway to summarize on that, we didn't say AIDS in the Would You Rather.
But like eventually you're gonna get AIDS from HIV, from my understanding of it. Like you will get AIDS
if it's untreated, isn't it? Or does it automatically develop into AIDS? Because this is something worth researching like right now, this instant.
Okay, I'll Google it. Because
can you stop it like from turning into AIDS?
Yeah, can you prevent?
Because if I can prevent it, I'm just gonna pick the HIV one, as fucked as that sounds. Because I don't want to get slammed by the biggest dick in the world.
In most cases, if you take ART, HIV does not progress to AIDS.
Okay.
In most cases.
So this sounds fucked, but that's a gamble that I'm willing to take over getting fucked in the ass.
I think honestly, I'm gonna have to take the dick in the ass, man.
This is all hypothetical. So
yeah, I'm not willing to compromise like my whole life for 30 to 1 hour of something that I'm just going to absolutely hate for the rest of my life and be like, I hate that this happened to me. But like, on the other hand, I'm going to be like, at least I don't have HIV. At least I am HIV negative. What would really...
I'm still going to stick to my answer.
Yeah,
but sorry to all the people that like have like HIV and they're just saying, oh, fuck you. Like, why would you ever like want that? Like, no, this is Would You Rather. It's hypothetical.
Yeah, hopefully this never ever has to happen.
Yeah, I would never want to deal with either of those things. Like, that'd be awful. Like,
the Would You Rathers have to be taken with a grain of salt.
That's why, like, they're hypothetical. Like, so don't get hurt about things that never happened or like
it will never happen.
Yeah, exactly.
No one's ever gonna put a gun up to minor Liam's head and be like, I swear to fucking God, man, you have to do either one of these things. And we're like, chill. Okay, fine, I'll get fucked in the ass. Like,
yeah.
But on the other hand, the thing that we haven't been talking about, you get to sleep with the hottest girl in the world.
Oh yeah, fuck. Okay,
I think
that's why I picked it. Yeah.
No, I didn't even. That's why
I picked it, man.
I didn't even think about that
because like Ariana Grande, easily, I would live with that.
Yeah, no problem. And actually, that does add a new layer of dynamic to it because like then maybe you could date that person because they have HIV.
Totally.
But
I'd be like, and guess what? Like if you dump me, like I'm bringing you down with me, like, and I'm just revealing that we both have HIV. If it's like a celebrity, like
yikes. And then that's a bad thing to say, but okay, true.
Maybe we can cut that out then.
No. It's not like offensive. It's just like it's just a manipulative thing to say. Yeah, if you ever fucking tell anyone I'll tell the whole world you have HIV, Ariana. And she's just like, oh no. Oh no.
I feel like...
well, anyway, we just had a part that we may cut out, we may not. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out in
post-production.
Yeah.
Editing process. Excuse me.
But anyway, I think we could probably keep going, but I think that
we've reached the climax.
We have reached the climax, and we want to go out while we're on top. So here we are, episode fucking. I'm just gonna start guessing.
Whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, episode 12.
And to those 2 people listening to this, fuck you.
Yeah, because you can read the title and you know exactly what episode it is.
Yeah.
And also it's our show, so we should know what the episode is. So anyway, thank you for tuning in to the fucking 4th episode of the Evicted podcast. We hope you enjoyed it.
Peace out, nerds.
Yeah, you fucking dork losers.